Hello, Gemini, and welcome to your reading. This is going to be a collective reading for any and all Gemini signs, and also it's good to be back making these tarot videos again. I really do love making these zodiac videos. I feel like, excuse me, I feel like this is always a good way for people to get like a good spiritual checkup. And just in case anyone is wondering, while you can watch these in the order that they are uploaded in, you can also watch these in a timeless way. I do not put any date on my readings other than maybe like the year, just to keep track of like, hey, these are all the readings I did this year, and then these are all the readings I did last year, like type of a thing. Let's see what the tarot has for you. It is already talking here today. Let's get into your reading. These readings are going to be a lot shorter, sweeter, and a lot has changed. So if you have come from my Twitch channel, I very much appreciate that you are here, and just thank you for supporting my content in general. It's every little bit counts, a little bit helps, even every little view. So thank you. Temperance, Knight of Pentacles, and Queen of Pentacles are both reversed here. Where do you feel like you could be finding more, not just balance, but balance towards how you commit to things? Like, I think there's always an emotional, physical toll when everyone is like, I want to work my dream job, but knowing that that job is still a job at the end of the day. Like, you can love what you do forever and always. I feel like the when you love what you do, you never work a day in your life. It's like yes and no. Excuse me, hold on. Okay, that helped. You understand the toll that time can take, and I feel like this also is in the realm of like someone with ADHD who knows that they can get bored with things and they don't want to get bored with a passion because they are constantly passionate about it. But I feel like when a creative artist that has ADHD, which most do, you go through waves of creative energy and then creative blocks and then creative energy again, and then creative blocks and then peaks and lows and highs and lows and all that stuff. There's a cycle to this that you are aware of and that you are trying to break through. I see that here mainly with these two cards. The Pentacles always show me this like level of commitment in our lives that, oh, sorry if it's too bright over here. I think I can kind of help that. Just a smidgen. I have like two drinks. I have coffee and tea. Hold on, I thought I was about to sneeze there for a second. I feel like you are really becoming of yourself right now, Gemini, and it's becoming so grounding for you that you genuinely can't see yourself doing anything else. Like, there's something you genuinely can't see yourself doing anything else other than whatever path you're taking right now. The biggest thing for you is getting the self-discipline in order, because Pentacles is a lot of earth energy. Earth energy has a lot of just self-discipline, but self-discipline through it's in the lens of determination. There's so much passion that is put in the energy of determination for earth energy that as a Gemini, as an air sign, is very hard to hold on to. You are an air sign. That is a big, like, you can't really hold on to the ground necessarily unless it's like the trees catching the wind. And when they catch the wind, they do that big inhale and exhale of photosynthesis and all that fun stuff. You genuinely understand that your version of groundedness is going to look so different than any other like person ever. I feel like this is where you need to rely on it. Whatever it works for you when it comes to getting yourself grounded as an air sign, you need to rely on it. I don't care if someone says, oh, you're just wasting your time, or if you are kind of thinking you're wasting your time. There's something very like beneficial and like yields results, like very successful results in how you ground yourself, that you really need to maintain and just rely on. That is your bread, butter, soul, and you need it. Everyone has their, I go on a daily walk, I do this every day, I do that every day, just to keep them going. There's so much about this that's like, you don't even realize what you're like, the this seed of opportunity that I always say that the pentacle usually represents. um you don't even realize the plant that you're growing, because you've planted this seed a while ago, Gemini, and now you're really showcasing it for who you are, because you haven't even seen the sprout yet, but you don't care what that sprout looks like once it sprouts out of the ground. That's your motherfucking plant. That's your motherfucking seed of opportunity right there. That is your path. That is your goal. That is your life, how you want to live it. And you don't need to either like ruin your own fun or let anyone take it away from you, or feel like that they can take it away from you, because as soon as we start second guessing and feeling like, oh, other people are judging us for like that small tiny thing, because Geminis are very aware in just everyone's, I feel like, self thoughts, because they're very much in the aspect of duality. You understand both sides, so you really understand emotion, I feel, a lot, but you also get the better of yourself when you understand your emotion too much. You really understand it to the point where it becomes too much information and it becomes overwhelming. And when you get overwhelmed, I feel like you can't handle your emotions, when that's not the case. You're just giving yourself a boatload of information in your head right now. And I'm just going to call it information, because whatever feelings, emotions come up, it is information. You are having a lot of information come up in the mind, and I feel like you are putting yourself down and even delaying your own like progress here and results and success, to constantly beat yourself down and say, we can't handle it, we can't handle it, we can't handle it. It's like, no, you're overwhelming yourself. You're overwhelming yourself mainly with all of the work that maybe hasn't happened yet, because I think you're worried about when this sprout does sprout out of the ground, this metaphorical plant, when you really start getting the ball rolling, you want to make sure you have everything and all the tools that you need to take care of it. But at the same time, you can't build a village before the people show up. I'm writing that down. We're writing that down. We're writing that down. Where's the pen? Here's the pen. You can't build a village without the people. So if you need time to figure yourself out in whatever aspect this is for you, and give yourself those moments that ground you, whatever looks like, ground you in what you need to do in the moment, that is the benefit right here. You have so much knowledge of current, present, past, and I guess future-ish events of just yourself. Like, I'm just gonna say this is like your life, and fuck everything else that's going around. Just think of like what you want to do with your life. That I feel like the constant saying, oh, I can't handle this, can't handle that, or I can't handle these things because obviously I'm getting overwhelmed by it. It's like you're overwhelming yourself by saying that you can't handle it. Just because you feel like, oh yeah, this is a lot of work. Yeah, living your dreams is a lot of work. But that's what makes it worth it. That's what, when you look back at the work you did, that's what makes you feel like you haven't worked a day in your life. Is when you look back at the work, the hard work that you did. Because it may feel hard emotionally. The work may not be hard, but actually, like if we're gonna talk about creative arts, one of my favorite singers slash just like artists, her name's Aurora. She's very like beautiful singer, has a very like angelic voice, and she was on stage one time talking about how like sometimes like I go up on stage and I like realize, or at least like she's talking about how like her job singing and being on stage performing is not a job for introverts. Like anytime that she's on stage, she admitted that it feels just as uncomfortable as shitting in front of somebody, and it honestly like gives me a gentle reminder and just makes me fucking giggle so much, because she literally is like, it's uncomfortable emotionally being on that stage, metaphorically, literally, whatever it is, and seeing a bunch of people look up at you like, hey, like, do your thing. I don't know what you're doing, but you just go. And you're just like, oh, okay, hey, sure. I'm just gonna trust myself here. Please trust yourself. Just trust yourself, Gemini. You trusting yourself is giving you so much beautiful, passionate determination. Ooh. And this is really gonna help you understand the emotions of what's for you and what's not for you. Nine of Wands is this reevaluation card where we can look back at all of these things like, hey, did this lesson actually like help me to hold on to, or is the lesson to let go of this lesson, kind of a thing. Like there's a lot that either you could hold on to as like, we learned a lot, we've built, you know, even an emotional survival instinct for yourself to like protect yourself, because we're all trying our best out here to make sure we're sane. I always joke around of we're all a little insane in our own fashion. I just find it funny. Nine of Wands. I need the last card. There's something with the last card. Indeed. Nine of Pentacles and then Queen of Cups on the bottom of the deck. I think I had these opposite last time. Sorry for all my symmetry folks out there. I got you. I'm autistic as well. Sorry if there's anything else that's not symmetrical. It's imperfectly perfect. How about that? So is life. You really want to provide more for how you genuinely maintain determination, maintain discipline and determination, because you see how beneficial it is for not only you in your own independence, but you in your own success here, because you have 9 coins coming out here. I feel like once you see it, you get to see it. You get to see you for what you could really become and create, and don't ever be afraid. I think that's the thing of like weeding out wherever this fear may be seated and trying to figure out how to overcome each and every little fear that could be distracting you from this genuine like success that you can feel within yourself. I feel like you hold a lot of potential, but with the Queen of Cups in this card, she is submerged, and I'm very happy I chose this deck for you, because there's not many Queen of Cups cards that are like submerged fully in water. This card is, and it gives me this idea that like you are suppressing an actual potential, like just amazing talent and skill or ability that you have. Like you really are like holding on to it, and I feel like for good reason. You've been kind of doing this letting yourself kind of float amongst the void of the water. You've been collecting a lot of information and trying to at least sit in the still and sit within the unknown. And when you sit long enough, you forget that you can't breathe underwater. and you gotta go find the surface again. Maybe finding ground isn't finding ground at all. Maybe it's just finding the surface to a whole new earthly beginning for yourself. And it may not look like an actual beginning, it may just feel like an emotional beginning. Allow yourself to intuitively take it as it resonates and leave. Oh, Gemini, for the love of God, bless of your heart, please leave what does not resonate. Please. Love you. Thank you for letting me read your cards. That is all I have for you. And as always, I hope to see y'all in the next one. Peace.